snow chances as we move towards Tuesday. We have more accumulating snow after that, too, so we'll have timing on all of this in your forecast coming up.
I'm Camille Mary in Monroe. What locker room should a transgender athlete use? We have that story coming up.
During his final weeks in office, Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan talks about all that he's accomplished. I'm Brandon Hudson. Wait until you hear a funny story that he shares about how the NFL draft, one of the biggest events in Detroit's history, was almost a disaster.
Working for you. This is Fox 2 News at 5.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Roop Raj. It is another cold day, and tonight we'll get another round of snow. Weather Authority's Stephanie Mead is here with a look at how much. And Steph, it was a pretty active weekend weather-wise.
It was, yeah. We did manage to pick up some snow, about 1.5 inches for a lot of locations, and officially down at the airport early Sunday. The Detroit River right now, and looking back towards the city, looks great. Snow is not in our forecast today, so hopefully you were able to enjoy it even though it was cold. Officially seeing sunset right now. Temperatures mainly in the 20s, so we have felt every bit of this cold, and unfortunately, I think moving forward, we're going to keep this cold around for at least the next week and a half. 24 in Mount Pleasant, 21 in Lansing, 25 in the city of Detroit right now. Now, our feel-like temperatures, there really isn't a whole lot of difference there. That was different than earlier this morning. We're in the mid-20s, and those numbers tonight will be falling through the teens once again. I think we bottom out at 19 with our wind chill factors most likely in the single digits. Now, we have snow west of us. This is our next weather maker. Right behind that, we have an additional system that's going to give us another shot of some snow and maybe some rain too. So we'll have timing on this very active pattern for you, show you how much snow we'll see and where our temps are headed to in the forecast coming up in the next 15 minutes. Roop, over to you.
All right, Stephanie, thank you. We are following a breaking news alert on the future of Michigan's new cannabis tax. A judge ruling today the 24% tax can remain in place, at least for now. The wholesale tax was included in the new budget passed last month to raise millions of dollars for road construction, but the state's cannabis industry claims the move was illegal. Another hearing is set for January. We'll take a deeper dive into the issue in a live report with Fox 2 legal analyst Charlie Langton coming up on the news at 6. To get to Berkeley, a man there will serve prison time for sex crimes against minors. Darren Bradford was sentenced today to 2 to 15 years behind bars after pleading guilty in just one of several cases. This one was in Grosse Pointe Park, where he assaulted a 15-year-old girl in his vehicle. The victim's mother facing Bradford in court today.
Darren is a true predator. He is the definition of a predator. He feels no remorse, and I believe that when he gets out, he'll do it again. He preys on young girls, and that will be his MO for the rest of his life.
Bradford is also facing charges for an assault in Bloomfield Township after he was accused of using vapes to coerce a 15-year-old girl into sex. He's set to stand trial in that case and one out of Berkeley as well. Now to a new complaint out of Monroe County tonight involving a girls' volleyball team and one of its players. It was filed by an upset parent who says his daughter competed against a transgender athlete and shared a locker room with her. Let's get live to Fox News' Camille Mary. She has more from Monroe with the very latest. And Camille, what's at issue here?
Well, a large group of people gathered in front of the courthouse around 3 o'clock today, braved the cold temperatures to talk about this. Let's take a look at some video. A lot of the people at that group were local state politicians, parents, students, even just concerned citizens upset about this issue. Now, the incident in question happened this fall at Monroe High School. No one was aware of it at the time, but they found out after the fact. The formal complaint alleges a disregard for student privacy and competitive fairness, a failure to comply with safety protocols, and a violation of Title IX. Take a listen.
To imagine the nerves that already exist leading up to a big game day, and to couple that with the fear of knowing you are competing against a biological male and sharing a locker room space with a biological male is something that was once unimaginable. This was definitely very devastating for all of us girls. I think that, why was it? Well, because this person did disguise themselves to look like a female. So when we found out weeks after that there was another male in the same locker room as us, as we were changing and also playing against us, it caught everyone off guard.
Male versus male, female versus female, that's it. And when it comes to locker room, that should never happen. And any parent who allows that to happen, or faculty, whether it be an AD from any school, they should be 100% held accountable.
It's the same thing that they've been saying for the last 6 years when they have nothing else to run on, whenever they make inflammatory politics to get everybody all riled up because they can't come across with real policies that are going to help everyday working people.
Now, we did reach out to the Department of Education, the Michigan High School Student Athletic Association, and, of course, Monroe School Superintendent. So far, we have not heard back from them. But definitely a hot-button issue. A lot of people have very strong feelings about this, very strong opinions. Of course, we'll continue to follow the track of this lawsuit and see where it goes in the days and weeks ahead. Reporting live in Monroe, Camille and Mary, Fox 2 News.
And as they figure out this past incident, have they changed anything moving forward if something like this was to happen again, where a situation like this introduced itself, as to how they would try to figure this out or handle it next time?
Well, they say, it's an isolated incident. This was kind of a unique situation because the trans athlete was actually playing for the competition, the competing school, but they were in the same locker room as the female athletes for Monroe High School. Usually that's not done. So I don't think this is a standard operating procedure, but this is definitely something that they're looking into. It's been brought to everyone's attention, but so far, no changes in protocols.
All right, Camille and Mary for us live tonight in Monroe. Thank you. New AI data centers are popping up all over the country, and you've been hearing a lot of buzz about it right here in Metro Detroit. Now, a new one is being proposed in Southfield at the intersection of Inkster and I-96. Let's get live to Fox News' Lauren Edwards in Southfield with the latest developments. Lauren, this is obviously yet another fight brewing somewhere in our area.
Roop, I've covered a number of these stories, and they are controversial. I can tell you, I'm right outside of the Southfield City Hall, and right now at 5 o'clock is when began a closed-door meeting, but I spoke with someone, and they said at 6 o'clock will be public comment about that data center. Now, I want to say that there isn't much information about the proposal and all the interworkings of that. The only thing we know is the location, that it'll be on the east side of Inkster Road between 11 Mile and 696. Again, the east side of Inkster Road between 11 Mile and 696. But I have covered these stories, including just a few protests in front of DTE headquarters last week, and then also Saline last week. And very controversial, lots being talked about, a lot of people for it, a lot of people against it. So we're going to, though, stay on this meeting tonight and get you as much information as possible for the 10 and 11 o'clock show, which is The Edge. But again, information is limited, but I'm working to get so many questions answered. So we're going to stick on this, and please stick with Fox 2 for all updates on data centers. Reporting live here in Southfield, Lauren Edwards, Fox 2 News.
All right, Lauren, thank you. Well, after weeks of debate and backlash from residents, the group behind a proposed data center project in Howell has withdrawn its rezoning application. The decision was announced hours before the Board of Trustees was set to meet tonight. An unnamed tech company was looking to invest $1 billion to transform 1,000 acres of farmland into a hub for artificial intelligence. The Planning Commission had rejected the plan back in September. Well, he's accomplished one of the biggest turnarounds of any major American city. Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan has only 23 days left in office. Today, he sat down to reflect on his past 12 years in office during an exit interview. Fox News' Brandon Hudson is live outside Michigan Central with his thoughts. And Brandon, some interesting anecdotes that we learned about tonight.
Yeah, so this is one of the more times that we've seen Mayor Mike Duggan be a little more loose than he is when he's in front of a camera, speaking in front of a crowd. Look, Mayor Duggan talks about a lot of his accomplishments during his time in office, including the building that's over my left shoulder, that's Michigan Central Station. And think about it, Duggan's political career has kind of been like a movie. He was in the private sector. He won as a write-in candidate. At the time, the city had a high rate of crime, high unemployment, high number of blighted buildings. And then in 12 years, he has helped turn things around.
I want you to know I wore this tie in honor of you.
Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan started with a little humor as he took his seat for his exit interview. The Detroit Economic Club hosted the forum Monday. For an hour, Duggan talked about his biggest challenges, from the city's 47,000 abandoned homes and the bankruptcy which contributed to an exodus of businesses.
When I came in, it wasn't just a function of the city had a financial problem. The city was operationally non-functional.
To Detroit's triumphs, improving the Riverwalk, using green light cameras to cut down on crime, and partnering with anti-violence groups to make communities safer.
When I started, it was 400 homicides, got down to 300, 200. We are at 160 now with a few weeks to go. It is because we have great management, and they have partnered with a group of violence intervention groups from the private side.
Duggan touted the success of hosting the 2024 NFL Draft in downtown. He also shared a story about the event which almost derailed one of the most successful drafts in history, and how a phone call to AT&T saved it.
2 hours before they were to open the doors of the NFL Draft, all of the cameras went dark. Seriously, the police headquarters called. Chief White says, "What the hell?" He says, "I can't see a thing." I was not aware that somebody building the Water Square Apartments down the street hit a line and shut down our cameras, okay, Gary? I didn't know at the time it was you. And so my team is panicked.
So as for his successor, Mayor-elect Mary Sheffield, Mayor Mike Duggan said he believes that Sheffield will do a great job in office. Live here in Corktown, I'm Brandon Hudson, Fox 2 News. Send it back to you, Root.
Yeah, Brandon, you've had a chance to talk with Mayor Duggan a few times, and you know how important his relationship with the Biden White House was in bringing some bucks into this town, and also taking a look at those American Rescue Plan dollars that came in to help boost the economy. The new mayor won't have that luxury.
Yeah, so I think that when Mayor Mike Duggan has spoke about his relationship with former President Biden and all the stuff that's gone into helping the city, he thinks it's helped put Detroit on the right track and help things turn around. So that way, when Mary Sheffield gets into office, she will hopefully just continue to keep that momentum going despite the change in administration.
Yeah, even with challenges that lie ahead, that is the hope, of course, for the sake of the city. Brandon Hudson for us live tonight. Thank you. More legal trouble for the city of Hamtramck to tell you about tonight as a top election official sues over her departure. Details on the accusations against the former mayor and other leaders just ahead. Dave, over to you.
Yeah, Dave Kinchin here at Meyer in Detroit, shopping with the Lions as they're taking some wonderful kids on a journey to get some gifts. Oh yeah, the Lions giving back, and we're coming right back with a story after the break.
Fox 2.